Willie D Live.
We weren't like this, druggy, like messed up stepdad, sold. It wasn't like that. It was really, we were just like a regular family. It was just, I got all the smoke from everyone and everything. And what's interesting is, and that's where that comment would come in, like, oh, well, you can handle it, Leah. And it's like, but I recently started talking to my sisters a lot more. And it's insane. Like, we all grew up in the same house. I've never lived my life without my sisters until we moved out. I got kicked out. But until we were out. And we'll have conversations, and we're talking about stuff, and they're just looking at me, and they're like, what? And I'm like, you didn't know that was going on? They're like, no. And I'm like, damn. Like, it was like their experience was just completely different. And I'm just different. They didn't even know. But also, I didn't really talk. I mean, I just didn't really talk about anything. And it was like, especially, things are getting better now. But, Black people, we're not supposed to talk about depression and sad. I feel like because we lack that conversation, we don't know sometimes what depression is. It's like, oh, mama just always sad. It's like, well, that's not okay. Like, there might be something going on with her or, whoever. And, that's just when I realized. I was like, oh, yeah, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Because I can't talk to my sisters. I can't talk to my family. My friends, I can't hang out with them anymore because their moms are thinking that I'm in the streets, you know what I mean? Which was like the complete opposite of what I was doing.
What'd you get kicked out for?
Now, I can't give you too much cheat because I got to work on my tell-all book. We trying to get paid over here.
Well, this could be like kind of like you do a documentary.
Oh, right, and they hit you up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, the conversation, the documentary,
And then they interview you.
Yeah, they'll be taking parts of this interview and using for your documentary.
Right, and then they'll call you up, they'll interview you, and you'll be like, yeah, I remember like yesterday, you got a bigger jacket on, bigger sunglasses, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And matter of fact, me and Lea'h went to school together.
Right, all grades, all of them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, you said, what you ask?
What'd you get kicked out for?
I got kicked out because the truth of the truth.
The truth.
The truth is, I just think my mom, again, I can't speak for her because I just feel like my excuse for the way she treated me, I feel, and it's not really an excuse, but I just feel my mom just had a lot of trauma and pain and this, that, and the other, and I was just the outlet for her. But the truth is I came home one day from work, and that's when I knew. I felt like I wasn't the problem because I really didn't do anything. I didn't do, and I hung out with kids that were drinking and smoking and having sex and all that. I wasn't doing any of that stuff. Still hanging out with them, kicking it, but I wasn't doing any of that stuff. I wanted to, the whole time I was in high school and middle school, I just wanted to be successful. I was, studying, trying to graduate, applying for scholarships. I wanted a job so bad that I don't know if I can get in trouble for this. I created a fake social security number when I was 14, so I'm good with the computer. I'm real savvy. I create that, but that's how So when things would, my mom or whoever would just pop off on me, I'm like, I'm not a bad kid. I'm like, I don't do anything. I really don't. I don't come home because I don't want to be. Y'all don't want me here, which is cool. I don't want to be here either. So, anyways, I got a job and I was 16, I think. And I came home and I used to eat ice a lot. That was my cigarette, I would just eat. Because looking back on it, I was just always anxious. I was just always very anxious and afraid of what was going to happen to me next and all that. So I would eat ice, and my mom heard me and she didn't like it and it pissed her off. And then she just came for me. And yeah. And again, I'm not saying my mom my mom, she, I'll just say, she just had some demons that were released on me in different ways. Whether it was verbally or mostly mentally, mostly. But then again, the loophole, there were days where she's like, you're going to be, everybody, it was everybody was like, we hate you, but you're going to be a star. like I didn't even think about acting, or that was a career in entertainment was something that they like introduced to me, and I was like, oh, I guess I should do like dancing and acting and all that, and so it was like that kind of weird thing. It was like they supported that part of me, but like everything else they were like, no, get out of our face. And so again, I just feel like God spoke to me that day, and my mom and I were like, she kind of came at me, and I looked at her, and I was like, if you touch me, it's gonna be a bad day. And I never talked to my mom like that ever. I've never back talked her, and she looked at me, and it was like, it was weird. It was like a woman to woman, like kind of. It was like, and I remember even like standing like a little tall, like, not we good.
This house is only big enough for one woman.
Exactly, and she peeped it, and she, oh, okay, that kind of thing, and she backed off, and then I left that night, and then the next day I came back. I mean, I had the decision made. I was like, I'm leaving. I was like, I can't live here. Like, I was like, if I live here, something really bad is going to happen. To something's bad's going to happen that I don't want to happen.